Today I'll be doing a video discussing Netero versus Maha Zoldyck. Now, when it comes to this fight, this is a very controversial fight in the Hunter x Hunter series just because Netero versus Maha Zoldyck has been one of the fights that we know about, but we haven't necessarily seen in the series. So that leads a lot of people to make a lot of different speculations. A lot of people start to think a lot of different things when it comes to power scaling. But today I will be discussing how I actually believe this fight did go down. Now, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people, they do say that Maha actually is one of the toughest people that Netero has actually fight. Yes, he is one of the toughest people that Netero has had to fight, simply because we know that it's said that Netero has barely escaped from his life while fighting up against Maha Zoldyck. And this can really be taken two ways. Number one, this could mean that Maha Zoldyck damn near beat Netero like near an inch of death, and that would kind of be hard to believe just because Netero at one point was looked at as the strongest Nen user in the whole world in his prime. So that would be kind of hard to believe. Or it could mean the second part, whereas they're saying, yo, this guy actually went toe-to-toe with Maha. They both got injured pretty badly, but at the end of the day, Netero, when he went back home, he was obviously injured and stuff. And since Netero is the strongest Nen user, that would be their first time actually seeing Netero being in that type of condition, you know, that injured state. So that could lead them to actually say, okay, this guy Maha beat Netero to a point where he had to escape almost with his life. Now, the thing that makes this fight interesting is we know it had to have taken place on the Dark Continent. Yes, it had to have taken place on the Dark Continent because we know that Maha Zoldyck is basically one of the original Zoldyck family members, and we know that he took many different ventures to the Dark Continent, and we know that Netero himself, he actually has been to the Dark Continent numerous amounts of times. He's also taken his son beyond Netero there too. So both of these guys are not strangers to the Dark Continent, and I do believe that could be one of the only places that could actually hold a battle of those two magnitude. Yes, those two type of people fighting, they would have to fight somewhere on the Dark Continent. But as far as who the winner was between most of those fights, I know some of you guys are thinking, Phantom Man, who do you think will win in a battle between Netero and Maha Zoldyck? And me personally, I do believe that Netero did win majority of the fights. Yes, Netero did defeat Maha Zoldyck majority of the fights, and here's the reasoning why. Number one, obviously because Netero came back and he was looked at as the strongest Nen user. I mean, if you're looked at as the strongest Nen user in the world, then it's pretty much safe to say that you're on a different level. But another reason why I believe that Netero did actually best Maha Zoldyck multiple times is because the respect that the Zoldyck family members have for Netero. Like, we've seen everybody except for Killua, they pretty much acknowledge how strong Netero is. And the only reason why Killua thought he could take Netero on because he was old, and obviously Killua was a kid, so he's going to be thinking like, oh, this is just the old geezer. But Silva and Zeno, they recognize the greatness of Netero. Hell, we see Zeno, he took the offer to go and invade and actually fight on par with Netero up against Miriam. And Zeno, he's a smart man. He knew that pretty much the Ant King was on a whole different level, and the fact that he still went to go assist Netero, that is a huge amount of respect. And I do believe that has to stem from the battles that Netero has had with their ancestor, which I believe that Netero did actually end up defeating. And last point I want to make is this would be Netero's staple moment for him becoming the strongest Nen user, because we seen him really go and train, and we saw him take over that little Buddhist temple. But a lot of us have been wondering, what else did Netero do to become the strongest? And I believe that him defeating Maha Zoldyck was one of the biggest things that he has had to do in order to become the strongest Nen user. But that's basically it for this little video discussing Maha Zoldyck versus Netero. Comment what you guys think down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.